Well, everybody's talking about it, so I might as well contribute to it as well. Today marks the 27th anniversary. That's right, 27th, which means we are 3 years away from the 30th anniversary of when Sonic SatAM debuted on ABC back in September of 1993. And honestly, as I've said before, when I've talked about my history of being a fan of this portion of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, I was living in Kansas with my family at the time. We were living in Oskaloosa. Long story short, we weren't originally supposed to be living there. We were actually supposed to be living in a house that was across the street, literally across the street from Topeka High School in Topeka, Kansas. But my dad got basically bamboozled, and basically the structure of the house, even though it looked nice, basically to my mom and somewhat my sisters, it kind of gave off a bad vibe. Basically, it just basically did not have a good feeling to it, mostly because it looked like it was the kind of house that would be used to hold funerals or viewings, if you will, of when somebody passes, because the hallway going from like the entrance hall or the entranceway or whatever into the house and all that, basically it coincided with the dining room area, and it felt like it gave off kind of that viewing procession, that viewing like vibe, if you will. But anyway, long story short, like I said, getting back to the point, I lived in Oskaloosa, Kansas, of course, with my family, and I remember watching the TGIF Friday special for the next day, when they had the Saturday morning preview specials, that is. And I remember watching the previews for all the shows, including Sonic. And what they did at that time, as far as I know, they would give you basically about 5, maybe 10 minutes worth, mostly 5 minutes worth of a preview of the episode that was going to be the premiere episode, the debut episode for that show the following day. In this case, it was, of course, if I can bring it out here and show you, it was, of course, let me see if I can find it here. It was right here with this one. I think you guys can see that. I'm not really sure. It was Super Sonic is what it was. I know some people say it might have been Sonic Boom or another episode. To me, it was Super Sonic. And I think lately, over the years or so, people have clarified that that was the very same episode they saw as well. That basically it was the same episode that I saw when the series debuted on this day in 1993. It was the same episode that they saw as well. Now, of course, with Sonic SatAM, you know, you're bound to get anything that's SatAM related. And in here, basically, is a lot of the comics that I have of the Archie run. Basically, every single issue, just about, if you will, as you could see, just about every single issue I had of the book, I have here as well. So that's pretty cool. And as you could see, I have just about almost all the issues, if you will, along with some regular books as well, like trade paperbacks and stuff that, you know, people like Frank Hill gave me and I kind of bought myself and stuff like that, including these 3 gems right here, which are kind of Sonic related, even though they used the adventure font at that time. And then this, of course, was to promote what would have been the Sonic Extreme game, except that got turned into 3D Blast. And then, of course, you have another story of how Bunnie got roboticized. So basically, I have these. I got these on my own. And then, of course, like I said, got some other stuff here. Like, of course, I got the Best of Sonic deal right here as well. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, all the mini magazines they brought out and stuff. And it gets a little harder to shut when you take stuff out a little bit. So yeah, like I said, it gets a little harder to shut because you gotta reposition some things a certain way. Hold on for a sec. Yeah, that's probably going to be the best it can do. But besides that, I also ended up getting these later on. I actually bought these in here. These are things that I actually... Now, actually, did I buy these? I think I bought some of them, but some of them also given to me by Frank Hill, I believe. So these here, though, are basically very interesting. Now, I know Frank Hill gave me this. So this is basically part of the comic when it first came out. So that's pretty cool. And then this here, I think I bought this, I believe. Either Frank Hill gave it to me or I bought this. But this is numbered. This is number 039. This is actually one of the drawing sheets, as you could tell, that they used when they did the episode Heads or Tails, because you could see this is the original version, one of the first versions of Sally. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, we have reference sheets here for like coloring in characters. Like this one is for Cry of the Wolf for Loop. And then this was for Dulcie, the episode Dulcie. This is for Sally. And then this is for The Odd Couple, which was that Antoine short they did as a filler episode. These are basically coloring sheets, if you will, kind of like reference sheets as to what to color and everything for the characters. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, some of these I bought on my own, and some of them were given to me by Frank Hill. This here is actually just a mega poster, I think, of something that you got in one of the special magazines they did. So that came with this. And in this here, these are something, like I said, these are basically, I think, what Frank Hill gave me, because these are from Dick Entertainment, ABC, you could tell right there. Let's see, ABC photography department. So that's pretty cool. And that's from SatAM. Now these here are actually the stuff I printed out on my own. These are things I printed out on my own. These are things I used to have framed in my other room in Patterson. So of course this is a collage. This is basically a spread, wide spread of the cover for 257. And then of course this is basically that up there, if you could see that this is basically that up there twice. And the reason it's twice is because basically you could tell by the way it's the difference here is Eggman was kind of cropped off a little bit, so I wanted to get everybody in there just like I did there, and that's what I did. And then this one here is when they did the Worlds Unite crossover, basically the follow-up, the sequel to Worlds Collide. And this is all, it's basically a major collage of all the characters fighting Sigma. So that's pretty cool. And again, these are things I printed out myself. Now this here is obviously a Sega photograph that they did of Knuckles. I don't know if this was going to be utilized for season 3, but I got this. This is also from Frank Hill. And then of course this, again, part of the photography department. I think this is the only thing in there. Yeah, it is. It's the only thing I think it is. I don't feel anything else. And you could tell it is because it says on the back cartoon. So basically that's how I think over at ABC and Dick Entertainment, they identified, you know, the programs like live action, cartoons, whatever. And this is, of course, Dick Entertainment, ABC Photography, 1994. So this is around the second season. And I'm pretty sure the same with that one. And then if there's anything else in here, nope. The only other thing I have in here is a background for Wildcats. Yeah, this is actually a painted cell. Just not to get off topic, but this is a painted cell from a scene out of Wildcats along with the background. So that's pretty cool. And it's a Zealot. So I have that. And let me put these all back in here real carefully. So yeah, again, a lot of these things are, you know, you can't really get as well unless you go on eBay or something. So thanks, Frank. So basically, thank you to Frank Hill for that. And then, of course, like I said, I got the SatAM thing here. And then I believe, I don't know if it's here or if it's buried somewhere. I don't really, oh wait a minute, it's right here. If I can get it out, I'll actually point it out to you. Let me just move some of this stuff real quickly and I can get it out. This here, maybe I should have it out so I can view it. This here is the Doomsday Project movie that I put together. Just like I said in my recent Movies of the Month video that I uploaded, this was basically the final 4 episodes that I finally carefully edited together to create the movie. Now, you might say, well, this doesn't look like the disc that we saw you use in that photograph. No, it's not. It's not actually that disc. This is the this is actually the disc that I used to finalize it, to make it better. The other one that I had, basically, it was kind of like basically the one that was in that photograph you saw in the Movies of the Month video. That was kind of like the next step. Like that was like the next step to perfecting it. And then this is where it's all perfected. So that's pretty cool. And there have been people that have asked me, well, why don't you put it up on YouTube or something? I could, but I don't want to cause any copyright situations, especially right now since I'm trying to, you know, trying to monetize my channel, because as I've mentioned before, I recently lost my job at Walmart. Yeah, I'm gonna say it because, you know, unfortunately I can't go anywhere now. But yeah, unfortunately I lost my job at Walmart due to circumstances between the both of us. Basically, like I said in my video, I did something there that I wasn't supposed to. When I basically, like I mentioned in my big life update video, basically at this job I did something that I wasn't supposed to. That I mean, and you know, a lot of people are, you know, in agreement and on the right to say that, yeah, you did kind of have it coming. But basically I did something that I wasn't supposed to. I got too comfortable. Basically, long story short, it caught up with me. But as I said before, I believe it's God's way of getting me out of that environment and into something better in the future. But like I said, you know, I'm probably going to get something in the future, so hopefully things will be okay. Now, of course, I wouldn't be talking about SatAM without showing you most of my Sonic plushes. Of course, Judy Hopps from Disney's Zootopia is the only exception. Everybody else, of course, is Sonic related. These two mostly are these two plushes here, not just this, not this one. It could have been, but these two right here are very SatAM like, because that's the Sally plush from Sonic Live in Sydney, and then of course, you know, the Sonic plush of the original design. And then, like I said up here, I got these posters. These are basically collage posters. Basically, what they are is, when both these arcs came up, like the what was it, 53 to what was it, 56, 57? I know it was 56. Yeah, I think that's what it was. 53 to 56. Basically, they decided they wanted to have each poster connect. It was each cover would connect with the other, would flow into the other, making a collage poster. And then the same with Panic in the Sky. So there you go on that. And then, of course, the other poster that I have, and I mentioned this before in the recent updated room tour, I have right here, which is the you know, Sonic SatAM Complete Series cover that basically I blew up. What I did one day when I was still working for the Big W, if you will, I had this blown up. I downloaded it, had it blown up, and now I have the poster right here. As soon as you enter my room. I mean, I used to have it right up there. I think you could see that. I mean, I used to have it like right up there where those 3 little pictures are of MLP. But one day, the frame that contained it basically fell. So yeah, that didn't really help much. Yeah, so overall, basically I just wanted to come out and, of course, show my appreciation and, you know, celebrate the 27 years of Sonic SatAM by showing you basically the fact that, as I mentioned, of course, I have the complete series. I also have the complete series as well. Basically, in here, if I could put this down for a second, this is where all my other DVDs are. I just haven't had a chance to bring them out of there. But in there is basically my sealed edition of Sonic SatAM. So I have two of them, one that's open and one that's been sealed for 13 years. That's unbelievable. 13 years it's been sealed. So it hasn't been opened, so I don't plan to open it unless something happens to these. I've always had the plan to basically take the sealed version and get one of those frames that you could put stuff in and just frame it. You know, it's one of those things. But yeah, basically I want to just come on here, show you, show my appreciation for the 27 years that the show's been in existence, for the 27 years that the fandom that's been behind this show has been around. I mean, the fact that you have fans right now, as we speak, in Team Season, basically trying their best to give us what we should have had originally in 1995, and that's basically Season 3. You know, they're finally doing their best to give us that. And they're doing, honestly, guys, you got to support Team Season. And that's Team, and this is how it's called. It's called Team, and then the season is SEA3ON. That's what it is, Team Season. And basically they're doing the best they can right now to really get things going. They've shown off some works in progress, animatics work in progress, some finished animation to give us an idea of what we're going to get. And the finished animation definitely makes it look like it's on point. It's basically like Dick Entertainment, the people behind Dick Entertainment, came back and just started reanimating where they left off. So it looks really good. Overall, like I said, you got to show support and appreciation for them, because they are doing what they can to get this to become a reality for a lot of us. But like I said, I wanted to come on here, show my appreciation for the 27 years it's been around. Again, I wouldn't be a fan if I wouldn't have taken the time to finally seamlessly edit all the final 4 episodes into this film, this movie finale, if you will, for the series. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have taken my time to do that, but I did. And that's really all I can, this is all I can really say, guys. I mean, I just wanted to come on, show my appreciation, and celebrating 27 years of the show's existence, of these characters, the freedom fighters being around. People say that, you need to leave the past in the past, but, the past sometimes finds a way of coming back and, being reinvigorated and being better than it ever was before. And I think that's why a lot of fans right now are getting behind the hashtag Rally for Sally, because basically, to them, if you could take 2 characters that originally debuted in the IDW comics, like Tangle and Whisper, and incorporate them into the mobile games by Hardlight and Sega, which is Sonic Dash and Sonic Forces Speed Battle, then Sally shouldn't be an exception. And hopefully we will get some kind of result out of that in the future. I mean, obviously the people behind these games and working at Sega, here in America, and I think even in Japan, acknowledge Sally's existence. They're like, yeah, we hear you, we get what you're saying, and you know what? We're going to do what we can to make it a reality, and hopefully they will. But overall, though, guys, just wanted to come on and wish Sonic SatAM and the characters known as the Freedom Fighters a happy 27th. And that's all I could say. And if you want to see more of these characters again, first of all, hashtag Rally for Sally. Try to get her into more Sonic media in the near future, as well as maybe hashtag Rally for SatAM. And try to get that going. Try to get the characters out of that into other medias as well as support Team Season in their efforts to get that 3rd season up and going. So, thank you all for watching. Again, happy 27th anniversary to the Sonic SatAM franchise and the Freedom Fighter characters. And let me know what you guys all think down below. Comment if you like. I'm out.